The police state ends with me. We've made it one more day. Now, as you notice, the title of this is what the Bartlesville police will do to frame you, or me in that case. That's the title of our video today. Now, please remember from a prior video that we now know why the Bartlesville police were really here, tearing my house apart and breaching my civil rights. They were looking for drugs based off of an illegal drug tip connected to a privacy violation of a doctor's visit I had on the Jane Phillips Medical Center campus in early February of 2015. But they can't put that on a search warrant. That would apparently be even too bold for the Bartlesville police state. So instead, the three executives of Jane Phillips Medical Center told the police that they'd been receiving harassing letters from me, which is a complete lie. And James Brazel said I'd been following him around, taking pictures of him, stalking him, and that is disgusting. And such a malicious lie, it's just sickening. So, how far will the Bartlesville police go to try to frame me for this supposed crime? But do remember they were really just using the premise to get in the house and search for drugs and get the security camera videos of me catching them trespassing and stealing from me too. That was very important to them. I'm going to point out a quote from a Big Heart Times article that really shows just how far the Bartlesville police will go to frame me for this. They are saying that they believe the letters they have, the Bartlesville police are saying that the letters they have that appear to be the exact opposite of my complaints in 2009 show that they match my complaints in 2009. It's an obvious lie to anyone with a clear mind. Here's the Big Heart Times quote. You can look it up online as well. One of the fake letters also mentioned the male hierarchical structure and male-dominated behavior at the hospital, which Lynn says seems to correlate with Aldridge's complaint against Shibley. Lynn is the investigator from the Bartlesville police. The Big Heart Times obtained copies of Aldridge's complaints. Rather than mentioning male hierarchy, the central complaint was that Heron / Shibley, apparently she changed her name, referred to him as the department's token boy, and that he endured all manner of taunting and inappropriate workplace banter regarding penis size, having balls for brains, and so on. And that's the end of the quote. And of course, the biggest thing in my complaint was that my job description was changed. And you know that from a prior video. And the retaliation for me complaining, of course. Anyway, I know none of this really makes any sense. I mean, reading that quote and what I've said so far is just kind of odd. But you know what? I told you the warrant affidavit is gibberish, and it is. But what the Bartlesville police are saying is that some letter they have is a complaint about the male-dominated behavior at the hospital, and that complaint matches my complaints in 2009. That is pretty much the exact opposite of my complaint, which was about a female and her staff harassing a male, including saying that no females can report to a male by changing my job description. In other words, the Bartlesville police are saying the exact opposite matches what I said. It's just a total, complete, obvious lie. How in the world could a person make this mistake? Saying the exact opposite is true. Well, it is no mistake. Just like the rest of the warrant affidavit is a frame-up, and the Bartlesville police were just trying to make it fit against me. They're just falsifying information. Remember, just lying to get in the house and look for drugs and get those security camera videos of me catching them trespassing and stealing from me. Now, there's a great chance the entire premise of the search warrant some harassing letters is entirely made up. And the premise of me following around James Bartlesville and taking his pictures are damn sure made up and sick. I mean, that's just disgusting. But if they are getting real harassing letters at the hospital, that still has nothing to do with me at all. Why would they think of me? Because I complained in 2009 about harassment by Jane Phillips Medical Center leadership? Is that why they're thinking of me? Sounds like they have a guilty conscience, knowing they behaved poorly and lied back then. They behaved so badly that they expect me. They behave so badly they expect me to retaliate, as that is what they would do. I mean, Jane Phillips Medical Center just had their management contract with a small hospital nearby canceled. There are news articles about it you can look up online, and have been accused of competing against the same hospital and, quote, killing the little hospital while managing the hospital. This is from a board member of that small hospital, that quote, killing the hospital. And Jane Phillips Medical Center breaching their management agreement with that hospital they're being accused of. There are a lot more people than just me that know the leadership of Jane Phillips Medical Center are anything but honest and well behaved. So why are they looking at me? Guilty consciences. Well, and of course me running for city council, not wanting that. I of course don't think anyone from this little hospital, including their board members or anyone else, other than Jane Phillips Medical Center leadership themselves, had anything to do with these letters the Bartlesville police say they have. I think it's contrived. I believe it is. I think the entire thing is just a contrived reason to come after me at the behest of Jane Phillips Medical Center leadership. A serious payback for complaining about them in the past, and a sure way to keep me from running for Bartlesville City Council. And whatever other crazy reasons they may have. I mean, who knows what goes on in a bully's mind when they take things so far. I mean, it's not rational on their part, that's for sure, to go this far, lie to the police, get the police to lie for them, create all this enormous thing, go through my medical records. It's just goes back to after I resigned back in 2009 to get away from my harasser, her calling me at home and threatening me, telling me, I'm going to get you. That's what this is. And she also, like I've said before several times, she threatened to withhold money from my final paycheck, my paid time off bank, which I was due, which she did, and she has. To this day, I have not received the over $2,000 worth of that. But, you know, what are you going to do? Nobody's going to hold them accountable for stealing from me. You know? So how far will the Bartlesville police go to frame me or frame another person? They will say heads is tails in a coin toss. Bartlesville police will claim something that is clearly not true, shows evidence of a person being a criminal. They will commit perjury, test a line, a felony. They don't care about innocence. They're just doing what the leaders of Jane Phillips Medical Center tell them to. And the district attorney and kangaroo court rubber stamping judge are just helping them do it. There is so much corruption in Bartlesville and Washington County, Oklahoma. There needs to be an outside inspection of the entire corrupt system. There is nowhere to turn for honesty or integrity around here. They are all corrupt to the core. Again, I want to point out what I'm going through is awful and completely unacceptable or livable. But I believe it is about 1% of what the minority folks and communities encounter from this corrupt police state. This isn't just me encountering this. I don't know how you can stand it. You're tougher than I am. And I don't pretend for a second that what I'm experiencing even remotely matches what minorities are going through in this police state. However, even what I'm going through is too much, and it must stop, and it will. The police state ends with me. And with that said, I'll see you tomorrow.